Welcome to week 9. This week, we ask you to read chapters 5 and 13 in your motto book. Chapter 5 discusses the difference between implicit and explicit instruction, as well as what a needs assessment should look like. Should it be product or process oriented? The chapter goes on to discuss additional teaching strategies for listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Chapter 13 in the Amato book discusses several approaches to literacy development, one being the language experience approach, another being writing workshops, and a literature-based curriculum. We'll take a look at each of these in our resource area as well. So, clicking on our resource area, you'll see that this week we have 2 websites. The first website discusses explicit teaching and gives a very good example of what it is, what its purpose is, how it's done, as well as additional resources for you. And this is another very good website that has more than just information on explicit teaching, as you can see going down the menu on the left-hand side. So perhaps this is something you might want to explore in greater detail. Additionally, to give an example of another type of strategy, this article deals with teaching strategies for vocabulary, those which are explicit, and several examples, and then those which are implicit. So by the time you're done reading this and our text, those 2 concepts should be very clear if they weren't before we began. This also, by the way, is another good website, both for teachers, parents, and useful for different resources, as you can see, elementary school mostly. But you might wish to take a look at that. Not ELL specific, so to speak, but for some very good items are here for you. So those are the 2 websites, and now we have some videos. The first video is excellent. It is short, but very much to the point on explicit teaching, and it tells you how to do it, why to do it, and gives you some good research-based information in a short period of time. The next video shows you the language experience approach and action for ESL students. Also very useful. And our last video this week is how to teach writing to ESL students. And again, I think these videos and these websites give you a nice overview to what you should be familiar with in this area. So again, moving to our discussion board, which you should complete, our discussion for this week is to share strategies you currently use that encourage students to monitor their own learning. And hopefully you have some of those in place. And if you don't, you should, so you might want to read up on that as well. Now, next week we have a chat, so there will not be a video posted. So I'm going to send you, if I haven't already done so, and I believe I have, a explanation of upgrading your computer if you're working on a Mac so that you will not have troubles with the chat like I did. Have a great week, and I will speak to you online on November 6th. Hope to see you all then.